Could be better. How are you?
Good. Well, good enough for a Wednesday night, when you know you've got 2 more days left at work.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright, that's sorted. So, Lef won't be joining us tonight.
Okie doke.
He says he's not fit for public consumption.
One can only guess what that means.
Greetings, gents.
How are you?
Yeah, okay. How about you guys?
Good, good. That's the one we want. Just getting us set up. And Mort asked me on Twitter a minute ago, so he should be here in a bit.
Okay, there we go.
This is where we left. Okay, I think we're just waiting for Nova then.
Oh, hey, it hasn't snipped off the descriptor this time. Oh, cool. Awesome.
Ah, good.
I think it's only if you have like more than 2 lines of text.
Yeah, like mine. I should fiddle with that, but eh. Here's my initiative order.
And put that back up. Right.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Good. I started Hangouts and everything else on my computer crashed.
Oh, fun.
Hangouts takes a while for mine to get started as well. I just get the jingling thing, the green Hangouts icon thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, the other week when we were having an issue, it got about that far and it would vibrate and would keep vibrating, and then it would go, I want to install the Hangouts plugin. And I'd go, okay. And then it would keep
Again?
doing that. And then it would go, I want to install the Hangouts plugin. And it just got in that loop somehow. Never worked out what caused it, but it seems to have sorted itself out. Blargs, you with us?
Alright.
Maybe not.
Sorry, what?
I was seeing Blargs, can you hear us?
Yeah, but I can't. Am I even muted? Yeah, I am muted. So I'm just talking to myself. And I can't
Okay.
have my chat.
What do we do to that guy? So I'm just trying to remember what we did to these guys last week on our map.
If I remember, one of them burst through. Like, yes, even though I haven't written the recap, I remember one of them burst through the window and pretty much bundled into the main carriage.
I thought he busted
right,
through, but he didn't actually go inside yet, so he's like on the outside still. Like at the
Oh, no,
entrance?
he busted all the way through, and Lef and Blargs got a good look at him.
Well, then have fun slaying that one while we take care of the two on top of the carriage.
Just trying to remember, I think the one with the sad face was the one that got shot.
That's the one that got shot, yeah, and the other two you haven't seen yet.
He's got my bolt in his face, yeah.
Yeah. He's not in great nick compared to the others.
It didn't exactly hurt him, though.
No.
Just went through like went like into his shell on the head or something like that.
Okay, well, I think we've got a quorum, so we'll get going. Mort, do you know what's going on?
No, sorry.
That's all right.
I can catch up. I'm catching up at the moment, so...
It's okay, he slept through the whole thing.
Pretty much.
He kind of just sat at the back of the party and was unfazed by everything that he saw.
Despite the lights turning on and off repeatedly.
When you were all running around, he was just kind of sitting on one of the benches in the train looking at his watch. Okay, so what happened in the previous session is that the party ventured deep beneath the mansion that you'd found yourselves at after a mysterious creature known as the Lily appeared and helped you escape from the grubs. Everyone other than the left, that is, who's currently a parasitic host. Now, they made their way through this underground facility beneath the mansion, extensive multiple passages, until they arrived at this one area that was the lair of a creature known as the Devona. And the Devona is a giant, ugly thing that looks like... Where are we? That. So it's a... So yeah, that's the Devona. It's not a thing, and it's sentient and was rather miffed to see people wandering around its lair, but it sort of came around when you realised that you could set up a bit of a quid pro quo with it. So what you've agreed is there's 3 tasks it's asked you to perform, and in exchange it will get its child out of Lef, out of Fetus, who's currently infested. What it needs you to do is it needs you to go and find an artifact called the Impossible Blade. It needs you to find a dose of a medicine that will help it with the procedure. But what it really wants you to do, and what its sort of priority is it's in an ongoing conflict with a viral entity known as the Insidious Choir, which is basically it's a sentient virus that's created a sort of hive mind at a place in the Field of Towers. And it's asked you to go there and destroy one of its main sort of transmitters that'll help you, that'll disrupt its intelligence and help basically the Devona further its plans at their expense. So after that, you made your way out of the facility following the Lily again. The Lily, which you kind of worked out was not quite existing in your dimension, given the way it kept jumping around and sort of teleporting and appearing in front of you and appearing differently to each of you and not to the Devona, which caused Fetus at least some mental anguish. And it led you all the way down to this station underneath where there's this rail system, this ancient sort of rail hover transit system that you found your way onto. And after fiddling with it and working out the controls, you're taking this carriage to a place near the Field of Towers where you're going to go and hopefully disrupt the Insidious Choir. That's the task that the group chose to do first. On your way there, it rattled along for about an hour at high speed, and now it's slowed down a bit, and you thought it was just sort of rounding a bend or getting to a station or something, but it's actually slowed down, and the cart has had these weird creatures jump on top of it. The creatures are humanoid, as far as you can tell. They are blind, and they seem to be sensing you mostly through touch, is what you've kind of worked out. They've been drumming on top of the carriage, and you think they're using it as some sort of crude, almost echolocation. And someone put an arrow through one. I think that was Scrapper. Put an arrow through one.
There's a bolt through its head and did no damage because it was pretty much strong as bone, wasn't it?
It didn't kill it, certainly. And one's just busted through the window into the carriage. So what we see here is Rusif and Scrapper have climbed up on top of the carriage to deal with some of them, and then there's one that's just busted its way in through a window. So generally a fun time has been had by all. Okay, so where we left, I'm just trying to remember our initiative order. It had just been Fethus.
I know I rolled a 20, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I had it. Yeah.
Yeah, Fethus and Blargs have both gone, so the turn goes Nova.
Blargs is here, isn't he?
No, Blargs had his turn. His last act was to crack against the window and fail to smash it, but then the creature smashed its way through.
So I guess let's just show you how real strength does it.
Yeah. So more, I might just get you to roll your initiative, and then we can slot you into the order.
I'm happy just to take the very last spot if that's easier.
Yep, no problem.
Right, that's my
pretty
roll.
Yep, okay. Well, in the next round, we'll incorporate you in there.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so Nova, your turn.
I got to remember where I'm up to.
You were in the bottom of the carriage. You'd been fiddling with the control panel.
I was controlling the lights.
Yes. Nova had worked out that they had a choice. They could either light up the sort of outside of the carriage, and it would be dark inside, or vice versa. It would be light inside but dark outside. At the moment,
Okay.
it's dark inside.
Okay.
And there is one creature inside.
And there's one creature inside that we've got no idea. It's basically pitch black inside. We can't see. Is that right?
Only a sort of ambient glow coming sort of in through the windows from where the outside structure is lit. Like the whole metal of the outside structure is what lights up. It sort of diffuses the glow.
So it's enough to see where the creature is located.
You can see it through the light that comes in through the windows.
Okay, no worries. Right, well, the creature that's busted through the window, aside from the obviously aggressive action of coming in through the window, does it appear to be a threat, or is it just looking around at the moment?
Well, it was trying to smash the window. It's not. It hasn't gone for anyone yet, but it is sweeping around with its hand, trying to sort of sense what's inside the cabin.
Where we are.
Yes.
Is it also? I'm recalling that it also was trying to sniff us out or something like that.
They do have a very large nose and tongue, and are trying to sort of sense that way as well. Except, Nova, you'd activated your little device that negates scent within a meter radius.
Yes, and I had that by the window, so hopefully wherever he is close enough to that.
Mm-hmm. Now that you can see it up close, you notice that under its skin it's got like a greenish tint.
Okay.
Oh, it's not like it's got flesh, but underneath it's got this sort of greenish hue to it.
Okay. I'm going to pull out my crossbow, but I don't want to be overly aggressive. I'd rather just sort of keep it at the ready, not take aim or anything. I don't really want to go after this thing just yet.
Okay, so you want to bring out your crossbow and sort of ready a bolt, ready to go?
Yeah,
Just in case.
just in case.
Okay. Well, that's probably all you can do, given you've had to sort of react to it jumping in.
Yep, fair enough.
So the next turn goes to Scrapper.
Gotta love this. Already shot him in there through the head, and Nova's just like, maybe we can sort this out peacefully. Alright.
You haven't heard them make a vocalization yet. They haven't spoken.
Okay.
And they haven't even made like a grunt or a scream or anything. Even the one you shot was silent.
So we don't even know why they were trying to get in. Like, maybe they were running from something.
Well, I'm gonna take it as a threat, so I'm actually going to, is the one on the bottom left the one, that was the one I shot, was it?
This one, yes.
So yeah, so that's the one I shot. Well, I'm going to ensure that my next one actually hurts it, so I'm actually going to shoot it again.
Okay.
Alright.
So we'll get a speed roll.
There we go.
Whoa.
Okay. Okay, despite the rocking of the carriage as it moves along and as it sort of goes up and down, you manage to level a shot at the creature and strike it. How much damage does that do?
It's a medium weapon, so 2 damage, I believe it was.
That should be 4.
4.
Yeah, I think it's 2, 4, 6. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, 4 damage. Yep.
So your bolt, unlike the first one, which had sort of stuck on a piece of, onto bone under the skull, this one penetrates it sort of right through the shoulder. And you notice that as the bolt goes in, a greenish fluid starts leaking out from its shoulder. It leaks for a second, and then you notice, quick as a flash, it sort of lets out a puff before it sort of goes back to oozing. So, and you can see the sort of flesh around the wound sort of, rather than, sucking in and suppurating, it's sort of peeling back a bit, and it's revealing a large sort of greenish slime underneath. It turns to face you, having detected where the shot has come from. Okay, next turn was... Where are we? Rusev, I think it's your turn.
Okay, so each of these little squares on the map, they represent like 2-3 meters or something?
Yeah, 1.5 meters, 2 meters or so.
So would I be able to perhaps charge at the one that Scrapper just shot at?
Sure, you can cover that distance. Because you're on the rocking, moving carriage, though, it's going to be a little bit difficult to sort of sprint and maintain your balance. So that'll be a difficulty 3 task to, if you want to charge right at it and strike it.
Basically, I just want to know. My idea is that I'm going to try and charge at it, and pretty much shoulder charge it and punt it off the carriage.
Okay. To overcome its balance and to hit it, and to really give it that enough force to push it off the carriage, that's going to be a difficulty 6 task.
Whoa.
And that's a might check, isn't it?
That'll be a might check.
This could be brilliant, or it could go horribly wrong.
He rolls a 1 and he flies off the train.
Don't tempt fate.
Can I just point out, I do actually have something here of what happens when you fall off a train, and it's not good. Well, it's not bad, it's just painful.
A re-roll is in order. Okay.
Hmm. And we're currently at the rear of the train, are we not?
You're at the rear, yep.
So are there still 3 of these creatures on the roof, or is one of them the one inside the carriage?
No, there's 3 on the roof, 1 in the carriage.
Okay, I overestimated our chances here.
I thought the one on the top was the one that had come through the window.
No, there was one that I can see and you can't. That's in my little GM thing. That's the one in. It's the one that was here.
Aha. Okay. So there's actually
right.
4.
Gotcha.
There's 4 of them.
Right.
You've only really sort of seen 3 at once though, because whilst Tommy you got up the top, the other one dropped inside.
Okay, so I believe what I shall do. So as far as I can tell, this creature that Scrapper's just shot at has not detected. He doesn't know I'm here. Is that right? Like as far as he knows,
it hasn't detected you in any way that you can tell. It hasn't focused on you. It hasn't gone for you. It hasn't done anything like that.
In that instance, would this potentially count as like a surprise attack on my behalf?
It could, yes.
Okay, then in that case, I would like to attempt to charge at it and strike it with my blade, with my dagger.
Okay. Though you have to sort of keep your balance, I know you get that bonus to attacks. That'll be a 4. Difficulty 4 task, so a 12.
And is this the balancing? Would that be a speed?
Did we just lose him?
Who did we lose?
Everyone's still here except Red, right?
Yeah, I can't hear Red at all.
Yep, okay. I thought it was me for a sec.
Frozen. Yeah, I think he's just dropped.
Did you end up coming back in, Blargs? I saw you were dropping in and out there for a bit.
Well, he's typing. That obviously means he's here. Yeah. Okay. Up in Red.
I think I saw Red tweeted that he was having a bit of issues too.
Ah. Okay. Alright, okay.
Well, I suppose in the interest of just keeping things moving along, I'll make my roll and see if I'm successful.
And if not, we can always just redo it when Red gets back.
That is
unfortunately he'll see the chat. He will see the chat when he gets back, but he can't really hide it.
That totally never happened. It was just a practice.
You gotta be quick about it.
Quick, spam, spam, spam.
Okay, I think I'm back.
Yes, Pod made his roll.
No, why did you tell him?
He's gonna see it, jeez.
Jeez, man. God.
It does show up in the log.
Shh.
Yeah, see what I meant? Exactly what I said.
If it helps, Beorb says it's his fault because he joined the stream.
Did he? Hello, Bob.
Oh, damn it, Bob, that guy.
Okay.
In any
Nah,
case,
so
I
fine.
believe with my roll of a 4, I failed the attack, and I think considering the fact I just basically thundered across the top of the carriage, I've drawn a lot of attention.
It now does know you're there. So it's sort of
Yeah,
has
you would
worked
have
out
made a
that
lot of vibration.
it worked out that something was coming towards it, and it was quick enough to react to sort of duck under it and miss the blade. But the good news is you did not fall off the train.
And the good news is that I've distracted it so that hopefully it forgets the fact that Scrapper was over there.
You're definitely the focus target at this point.
Oh, you will be the focus target. All three of them at the top probably would have noticed you with all that running, so...
It only counts as good news if you tell everybody that it's good news, though.
It's good news.
Good news, everyone!
My cunning plan has worked.
I'm now the focus of all their attention.
I've worked out how to get their attention.
Okay, so the turn goes to Blargs now. If he can hear us.
He can. It seems
Actually
his
running
mic
along,
is
or-
having issues.
Yeah, I think he's just typing now.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah, he was getting a laggy mic while he was talking, so yeah, I guess he has to stick to chat.
I suppose we'll have to describe it for everyone listening in on the
Blargs'
stream.
voice.
I'm sure Red could do a good impersonation of Vlogs here, so you know, all you gotta do is just flex
Okay.
with the camera.
There's always someone without a mic, isn't there?
Okay, Blargs has said he's got an oddity, which is a weird piece of technology, which is a candle that never goes out. You can light that and put it on the floor of the... You can light that and put it on the floor if you'd like.
Clever.
Now we have 2 light sources.
So, and at least you guys won't be like fighting in semi-darkness.
Yep.
Okay, it probably takes you a turn to sort of fish around for it and pull it out. So if you do light the candle, that's all you can do. But I'll let you back off from the creature that's inside the cabin. So you can sort of step back, find the candle, and set it alight. Okay, so Blargs is going to step back and light his candle, which will illuminate sort of in a close distance around it inside the cabin. So you can now sort of see better in there. The creature inside the cabin is not going for anyone yet, but it is sort of actively sensing around, trying to find what's inside there. And there's now a bit more light inside. Okay, next in the order was Ranger. It's your turn.
Huzzah.
After getting up from your nap.
Yeah, so you're inside the carriage at the moment. You've been providing moral support.
Okay. Is there an inside map? Or...
No, I don't.
Okay.
Hi, DC.
Oh yeah, we've got a shout outs for everybody.
I think this is the most people we've had on a stream at once, isn't it?
Every viewer is a blessing. It's great.
I will. I suppose we've definitely determined that these are hostile. I'll unsheathe my sword off my back and can I just step up to the one that's inside the carriage, or do I have to charge it down? Or
I think Red's dropped again.
it does seem like he's
no.
dropped.
Oh,
Battery's
no.
very good at holding very still, not changing his face at all.
Could be going creepo mode. I don't know.
I suppose we should
Yeah.
give a shout out to everyone who's watching, despite technical difficulties. Hi, guys.
Thanks for your support. I'm sure you enjoy watching us fail miserably.
Hey, I rolled a 19. I didn't exactly fail my shot. It was the first one I failed when we ended the session last week. Was the horrible one.
Besides, it's always more fun to watch people do terribly than it is to see them do well, isn't it?
That's why you're
like,
rewarded
yeah.
for
Blarg's
being
trying
bad.
to flex, he flips over and breaks his nose. That's a highlight.
Blarg's-
That's a real
Vlax
highlight.
fails to flex and he gets pushed into the water.
That happened too, I remember that.
When we all failed miserably against Roller K. God, that was just terrible.
Oh my god, the rolls were just so bad. Just
What are double digits?
Yeah, what were double digits?
A mythical
10.
thing that never even existed.
the double digits were just a 10.
At least, well,
Back
yeah.
again.
Huzzah!
Your internet's not being nice today, it looks like, or is it something else?
Oh, I think it's my net because I've had trouble connecting to other sites in the last hour or so. Works
no.
absolutely fine every other day of the week, doing everything else, and then of course, yeah, when I actually want to use it in an active, it does this.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, I think we're back.
So I was going to just launch straight into combat, but I think I might actually try and make a nature roll, or like a natural creatures roll, to see if I either recognize the creatures themselves explicitly, or any of the traits of blind, probably cave-dwelling creatures.
Yep, sure. That'll be an intellect roll.
Yep, and I'll use. Let me just check. I think I have to use 3 points to get. What's my? Yeah, I've got 0 edge, so I'll have to burn 3 points. To,
Okay. I won't give you the exact number for this one, but you're not trying to hit really high.
Okay. Then I might leave it because my int is a little sparse.
Okay. That will do it. Okay.
Excellent.
Nice.
So, as we sort of thought, these creatures aren't specifically a cave-dwelling species. You think they were human at some point, or near human. What you can tell, though, is that they've undergone some sort of biological modification, and the signs of that are you don't think it's been a friendly process. So you can sort of see stretch marks and other signs of biological distress. It's almost like something is using these creatures as a tool, them actively seeking out what you you can't see the
Not again.
No.
Shit.
You can't see the
no.
what?
Important logic.
Plot
This is-
twist.
You must travel to the city of.
Shit. Damn, we are not having luck with internet tonight.
Don't worry. Let me consult the book of cheating and see if I can find anything on this creature.
All right.
Oh. Don't look behind the curtain.
We should just get rid of the internet entirely and just do the whole thing via chain letters that we just post around the country.
Oh, shit.
I'm sure there's probably a Guinness World Record for that, like longest tabletop session done by snail mail.
Probably.
Probably.
Oh, jeez.
And
Oh,
we probably
God
set
damn
a
it.
record with like
Welcome back.
He's back.
Okay. So, as I was saying, in a minute I'm going to call you up on my phone, rate it all through that.
Excellent.
What's happened? Okay. What you can identify from the creatures, I don't know how far through this explanation I got, is you think that they are human or near human and have been modified by something.
Yep.
You don't think it's a. You don't think they're actively trying to hurt people. Like they're not. You can't sense a great deal of intent from the creatures. You think it's something that whatever has modified them into this current state is what's driving them to do what they're doing.
Okay.
The way that they're interacting with one another, you think that they are communicating mentally in some fashion.
Okay.
You've already identified that sort of echolocation thing. You can't see the one that's bleeding green slime up on top,
Okay. Yep.
but yeah, so you can't draw any inferences from that.
Okay.
But once you do, if you do wound one and do see that, then you might be able to identify what's going on.
Sure. Sure. In that case, for the rest of my turn, I think what I want to do is actually, instead of grabbing my sword, is getting unhooking my crossbow and just firing a bolt kind of into the roof of the carriage, somewhere around the middle of the carriage. I'm not looking to penetrate. I'm really just kind of looking to even glance the bolt off the roof, but create a very loud thump that's not actually anywhere near my presence.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'll let you do that.
Cool. Do you want me to roll for that?
No, I figure you're competent enough to shoot a crossbow at the roof without too much trouble.
Alrighty.
Plus,
Rolls a critical failure, shoots himself in the head.
I don't want you to roll a 1 on that, and actually knowing our luck, it would probably bang off, hit the best.
Yep.
maybe he loses his other eye.
So you shoot the bolt off into the ceiling, and as you probably guessed, that loud thump on the ceiling draws the attention of the carriage. So it turns its head and starts sort of feeling in that direction with its hands, sort of sweeping the air.
Okay.
On top of the carriage, you notice all the two that are not engaging with Rusev sort of also twitch their head to identify it, and they both sort of pause as if they're trying to figure out where it's coming from.
Okay.
The turn goes to Nova.
Okay. I don't really know if we really want to do anything at all. Like this, I don't want to do anything that's going to then that's going to stop this one from being distracted. But
Hmm.
I don't want to draw too much of its attention, but at the same time, I don't just want to stand there and be looking at it.
I did have a strategy in shooting the roof.
Okay.
But I'm kind of... I don't really want to tell you because it's out of my turn now. And I probably should have explained it before I fired.
I was
Because
going to say,
now
will I turn to Ranger and say, what were you thinking?
No, that's you probably shouldn't talk.
Yeah, that's true too.
You're all communicating in hand signals.
I'll just turn to him and go,
We don't know that they're doing that, Rusev. We can't really warn them. If they want to give themselves away by their own stupidity, that's their business.
Okay, I'm going to
Gesture.
Okay, here's what I'll do. Here's what you can do with your gestures. You can
can
about 3 words worth of information in gestures to Nova.
Oh, okay. 3 words.
Yeah, so you can sort of sign 3 words to him in the sort of time that you've got there.
Heard with sound.
Right. Okay. So you want? Okay. Yep. I've got it.
Yes.
Yes. In which case, I will also fire a bolt with the crossbow, and I'm going to hope that Ranger was intending to lead it back out the window. So I'm going to fire a bit closer to the window and sort of draw it across there.
Nice.
You fire.
What?
Yes? No?
I think I'm here.
You're still there. Yep. Oh, I thought we lost you for a sec.
It was touch and go there for a second.
Okay.
But I'm here.
Okay. Did you hear what I was going to do? He's not here, is he?
Oh, no, really.
It's the best trick. I'm totally here, guys.
He just disappeared again. That is really bad timing.
He's here. He's
Yeah.
totally here. He's just watching us.
Intently. Yeah, so that's probably not going to require a roll. Hopefully.
So you were shooting it at the glass of a window, weren't you?
Well, if you shot
Was
it
it
in the
close
roof,
to the windowsill?
yeah, I was going to say if you were shooting at sort of the roof in the middle of the carriage, I was sort of going to then fire at maybe like the chairs under the window to sort of draw it across back towards the window that he broke in through. Is that what you were going for?
I was just herding them away, either towards a single end of the carriage and just leave them all up there.
Yeah.
But
Actually. Because if I fire close to the window, all that's going to do is draw the 2 more up from the top inside.
If nothing else, getting them all together will make it easier for us to fight them, because we won't be splitting ourselves up.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, really. This is going to be tricky because I was not expecting there to be that many, because I think last session when we were hearing them patter around, we only expected like 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
We couldn't
Yeah,
tell
probably-
for sure because it was so dark.
And they were walking in single file to hide their
No, these shots are too accurate, stand people. Must have been stormtroopers.
Is that your way of saying that my shot worked?
Okay, so you fired close to the window, and that did attract its attention over to the window. It's sort of trying to sense if something's above it. So it thinks that it's something tromping around on the roof, is what you can sort of tell.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't, but it's sort of not really, it's sort of just twisted on the spot, still trying to sense hands and with its ears.
Okay.
Okay, so the turn goes back to Scrapper.
So have these things not struck yet or anything?
They're not actually doing anything?
They're still trying to sense. The one in front of Rusev is sort of swinging wildly, but because it's that one's injured, it's sort of just swinging, trying to find you. These ones are just sort of shifting around on the top, sort of heading towards where they're hearing the noises. This heading towards where it heard the crossbow bolt first. This one is heading towards the most recent bang, which is over here, is the window that the one came in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're around, they're not going to inch. Okay. You feel a bump on the carriage, and it feels like you're getting the sense that it's actually starting to accelerate.
Oh no.
Accelerate. I think he was going to say accelerate.
I get the feeling this is going to turn
into
into.
crashed.
I get the feeling this is going to turn into one of those like James Bond train fights where everything's just going off the rails.
Unintended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, right at the end, one of them's, like, got somebody pinned down, and it's on top of you, and you just, like, push its head up, and it gets caught on something at the top of the tunnel.
A stalactite or something.
Yeah.
What was that? Was it a Keanu Reeves or a Bruce Willis movie where the bad guy, like they're having the final fight on a train, and the bad guy gets clipped and his head gets taken off by like one of those.
Yeah, that happens. It does happen in Speed.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
Speed, yeah.
And, like, it's a really... They do it really well, because I'm pretty sure you kind of... Like, if you freeze frame it enough, you kind of see the head getting severed. I was like, oh, wow, they didn't cut away from that. And then you just... like, you kind of... Yeah.
Just got a message from Red. Just, God effing damn it.
Yeah, I think we all got it.
And I just saw the message. I don't know, maybe this is the streaming like being too much for his internet, maybe.
Maybe.
Haven't had problems the last couple of weeks though.
Yeah, carriage is accelerating, not your internet connection, it looks like. Or it accelerated so much it crashed. Oh, that's one of the two.
I'd feel really bad if someone was watching the stream for the first time. It's not always like this.
Sadly, yeah. I mean, this is probably the second worst, and the other one we had to cancel because it was just getting too hard just to even get it up and running. But yeah, Red's never had this much trouble.
Yeah,
Ever.
I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, your connection's fine. I mean, I can see clearly your voice is all clear and everything. Then suddenly it starts to go all crazy, and then suddenly you just freeze and drop. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, it's patchy. It's dropping in and out, and I'm not sure entirely what's going on. But we'll press on. We'll give it sort of one more chance, and then if it really sort of shits itself after that, we'll work it out.
Yep.
Frustrating.
Mm.
Okay, so where was I?
The carriage is accelerating.
The carriage.
Oh no, really?
You can't say that. Don't say that word.
Don't say the A word.
Don't say-
Oh, that was brilliant timing.
I'm reminded of Blazing Saddles when the scouts trying to say that the line he's trying to say is the sheriff is a nigger, but every time he goes to say the word, the clock tower chimes.
Yeah.
And you're like, what did he say? The sheriff is near. Oh, okay.
I think that's just gonna have to become a rule of the stream. Don't say that A word.
For science, of course it is.
Yep. Keeping a note of it. Okay.
I'll have to see what I can do with the recap just to reference this.
Carriage is increasing in velocity. Yeah, that works. That works.
Hmm.
Okay.
Welcome back again.
Don't say the A word.
The carriage is increasing in velocity.
Yay!
It actually worked.
There's a certain physics term starting with A you could use for that. If you get struck while you're on top of the carriage. Okay, good. If you get struck while you're on top of the carriage, you need a might roll to retain your balance.
Struck by what?
Anything.
Anything, one of the creatures or anything, if they actively go for you. You haven't quite provoked them yet. Well, there's the one here. This one is still swinging wildly, but it doesn't really have a great read on where you are.
I was like, what? I shot him with a bolt. he's like, I don't care.
That's because you hit it with a bolt. You're far enough across the carriage that it couldn't clock exactly where you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Scrapper, your turn.
Okay. So is this one actually moving straight towards me now?
It's moved towards the center of the carriage where it heard something hit the ceiling before.
Oh, okay, right. Well, I'm guessing Rusev's got that one covered, so I'm gonna cover his flank and actually shoot at him.
Shoot this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll get a speed roll.
Alright.
Difficulty...
son of a bitch.
Okay.
Never mind what
Yeah.
difficulty it was.
Never mind what difficulty, just move on.
Okay, so you aim at the creature, and a sudden jolt.
Jolt is also a bad word for you, it seems.
He jolted his internet right into the ether.
Oh, no. Oh, what is going on? Ay. This really sucks. This really, really sucks.
Wouldn't be as bad if it was one of us because we just drop out for the night. But when it's the guy running the story, it's kind of difficult.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else really wants to take over Red's work anyway.
No.
Yeah. Well, it's his story. We can't really hijack it.
We're just his pawns.
Because we were just like, suddenly a Titan appears, all in metal and massive guns, and just destroys all of them.
That's it, that's now canon.
But worst ending ever.
Blocks killed everyone, then everyone had a party. The end. That's how this is going to play out.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, now we know it's not canon.
Yeah. Yeah, roll a successful flex. I don't know. That's really going into fiction, man. That
I was going to say,
Python was more believable.
I can't suspend my disbelief of a successful flex. Come on.
No, wasn't it? Blargs, didn't you roll a critical success with a flex, and then you had sex? Wasn't that how it went?
Was it?
That was
actually, with the maid at
yeah. It was It was a pretty good roll.
He kind of needed a bit of a reprieve after trying it the first time and then slipping over on some rock and then slamming his nose into the pavement. That was over the first time. I don't know, was it the second time. The first time was where she actually got a bit impressed, and then was the critical success after that.
Yeah.
I remember the very first time Blarks flexed. That was when he was in the pool, and then he got attacked by the leech bug thingies.
That's right. Was that a critical failure? Wasn't that like a 2 or something?
It was like something bad. I don't know. I suppose this will be it, unfortunately. So apologies to the viewers, but Red's saying that he's going to have to call it there as his internet doesn't seem to be improving.
I guess we'll be back here in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we don't want it to clash too much with Pathfinder now.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure something out.
What was that, Mike?
How's Pathfinder going?
A lot of fun.
It's only one session in, but these guys are gelling really well.
I've mostly given up on trying to get to Tay in the last 2 weeks. Because on top of all the shenanigans that it was having, I've been testing some stuff with cookies at work, and it just got to the point where I was just deleting browser history, deleting cookies probably every 2 days, and I'm like, I can't be bothered signing back in again. So yeah, I have all these notifications from like Red saying Numenera's coming.
Maybe that's what's caused the Red's problems. All the crap from Kotaku's redo has leached into his connection, and it's just messing with it.
That'll infect us all.
You're messing with the cookies. You messed with his cookies, and it's destroyed everything.
Oh man! I had this one cookie that just IE wouldn't clear, so I ended up.
That's a shock.
It's IE. I ended up removing it, like using the remove Windows feature, removing IE and reinstalling it, and that was the only way I could get it running without that cookie.
Wow.
Sounds about right.
Good job, IE. Why do I have to test you?
Because someone at your work doesn't like you anymore.
Well, to be perfectly fair, everything our product does is built on the Microsoft stack, so technically IE should be the one browser that we support.
Okay.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, okay. So Red's officially called he's heading out, looks like.
Yeah. Alright, I guess we'll wait and see. Otherwise, we'll definitely be back in 2 weeks, if not earlier.
Yeah. See what happens.
Cool.
Okay.
Alrighty. See ya.
Try again next time. See you, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. See ya.